I don't know if 2 days is enough to crochet myself a Capris and a matching top, but I'm gonna give it a go because one thing we're not gonna do is show up to a YouTube event not wearing our own brand. And somehow I just know it's gonna work out. You know, if you're not gonna be delusional in moments like this, when can you? I'm not really a festival girly like that, but when YouTube said they're hosting a quintessential Coachella type event, I was like, yeah, sign me up. Especially because those pieces are very similar to the stuff we have on our website. Yes, shameless plug. Your girl has a website now. So let's make a sample together, aka the outfit I'll be wearing to this YouTube event. These are the yarn that I'll be using for today's project. I will have the details of everything I'm using in the description of this video. I want to mix the two together because I feel like they would make a nice synergy, like it's just giving festival, and I have enough of them if I mix them together. It is Thursday today and I have this event on Saturday. This is nothing new. At least I'm giving myself 2 days this time around. The last video I said I'm going to be timing myself with every project moving forward, and your girl is not lying because welcome back to the channel. But if this is your first time, hi, thanks for stopping by. Do consider subscribing. We do all fun crochet pieces out here. Let's get started. I want the top to sit just around here, 34 inches. And we need half of that. The yarn is recommended that I use a 4mm hook. I am going to start with a 5.5mm hook and see how that works instead. 75 chains here, and I think this should be the right amount of what we need. Yep, just about 17 inches. We are essentially good to go. It's taken roughly an hour just to get my foot in with this project. This is what we've done so far. I made 11 rows of this. Because of the stitch pattern I've chosen, there is a bit of a stretch, which is working at my advantage because I intended to extend it the more I went. So this way I have enough coverage for the boobs area. The only thing I have to do is come back to work at the bottom of the top to give it more of a snatch. We're gonna go ahead and change yarn. It's currently 5 o'clock. We started this project at 11 a.m. Between all the braids and everything, this is what we have made. I wanted to show you guys how I continue the back panel because I feel like I have a system that really works. The first thing you're gonna need for this to work is some markers so you can keep track of where you are. And I'm going to count out how many chains from both ends that I want to have as my shoulders and how wide I want the neckline to be. I've counted at 20 on the side. If it's too much, I can always adjust it. So I'm gonna do 20 here as well. The neckline would sort of fit like this. I think that is pretty good. The next step is completely optional, but if you really want to make your life easier, count the chain that is left in the middle. In my case, it's 36 chain. I'm going to continue with the same yarn because I want it to look the same on both sides. And I've made 10 of this because the next row is sort of like the middle point. And then when I flip over, I'm also going to make 10 on this other side as well. It's going to make sense as we're going. Now that I've gotten to the point where we have our first marker, I am going to chain 36, which is the 36 we counted in the middle. We have a 36 chain, and now we can just continue where the next marker is on the other end here. I don't really need this marker anymore. And just like that, we have the neckline and we can continue working on the back panel. This is my tested and very well trusted method. It works for me all the time. It might not work depending on the pattern that you're working with. I can just put this on and see if I need to make any adjustment before I get too far. It just works so effectively. It's currently 10 p.m. I'm fully exhausted, but we've made some good progress with the top. However, I want to start slip stitching the bottom of it so I can have that sort of snatch corset. I'm going to need to change into this yarn, which we have here. I'm not even sure what I'm doing at this point. Instead of working on the individual panels, I'm gonna try and connect both the front and the back panel. As you can see, she is now one top. We have the armhole, we have the neckline. I'm gonna switch to the 4mm because I really want it to be snatched in a lot more, and I feel like the 5.5 might not give me the snatch that I need even if I'm moving on to a slip stitch or a different type of stitch. I'm gonna keep trying this on as I work on it. I messed up my timer here, so I'm not even sure what's going on here with this anymore, although time check at the moment is 10:30 exactly. Tomorrow we're gonna work on the Capri, but I'm exhausted, so I'm gonna continue that on the sofa. But for now, I shall see you tomorrow. Good morning. This is how much of the top I got to do yesterday. So yeah, nothing crazy. I don't know if you guys can sort of see the gathering details start to form. I used a 4.5, a 5, and a 5.5 in order to achieve the gradients that I needed, just because I needed a 4 to really snatch her in a bit more. And I'm glad I did, because now we have what we're looking for. I still have quite a lot more to do with the top, but I think I'm happy with where she's at the moment, so I'm gonna get started with the bottom. Now I'm thinking maybe I can make a short but not a capri. I'm gonna start and see how far I go, as I don't plan to add any fastening to the short or capri depending on how much time and how quickly we work today. I'm using my hip measurement, which is about 39, but I'm gonna go for 40 just so I have a bit more for wiggle room. I'm also going to be starting with a 6mm hook this time around, because with the top I'm gradually increasing the size, and I think by the time I finish I would have been on a 6mm hook. Yesterday I was really trying my hardest with the stopwatch, but it seemed like every single time I paused to do whatever, have a cup of tea or just, you know, use the bathroom, when I came back it sort of reset itself, so I wasn't really able to keep like an accurate track. I just know I worked from 11 to 11, which is insane. I did take breaks in between, so I'm just going to account for the break times and stuff. It's currently 11:45, so exactly an hour since we started, and this is what we have so far. I don't know if to call this progress or not. I will check back in the next hour so we see how much we've made, but I mean, for what it is, we might be able to get a belt out of this outfit. It is now 12:45 and we've moved from a string to a belt. I remembered I had free wheels, so I gradually graduated into using a 7mm, so the 6, the 6.5, and now 7. I've also gone back to doing a double crochet, but I'm sticking to a back loop double crochet, so obviously a double crochet would give me more length. I'm not gonna lie, at this point if I don't start seeing some kind of progress, I might start losing my mind. I know it's only 12, but the way the day is going so quickly, I would not be surprised if 6 p.m. come and I don't have a short and I still need to work on the top. I don't know why I ever do this to myself, but listen, I'm just a girl and somehow I just know it's gonna work out. You know, if you're not gonna be delusional in moments like this, when can you? It is now 1:45, so 3 hours down, and I think I can begin to see some slight little progression. I'm slowly beginning to feel some type of hope, not too much, but something. It's now 2:45 and I can't believe that somehow I did convince myself I would be able to make a Capri set in 2 days. There is dreaming high and there is me, so it is what it is. This is where she's at. It is now 3:45 and this might be the most I've done in an hour. I have one more row and then I'm gonna start decreasing because I need to start seeing how the legs would actually work all together. But I do need to have lunch as well. So the next hour is gonna be a bit of a not so much work done because the girl needs to refresh herself. I'm now at the point where I can start decreasing so we can start the separation of the leg. So this is all the markers that I've done, counted how many chains I had and then just sort of halved it. I've tried my best to make it as perfect as possible simply because once I get started, I don't want to make any mistakes. I'm going to chain across both halves to start forming the legs. I like to fold the yarn into just to reinforce the chain. Goes in between and out. And just like so. This is the trickiest part for me when making a short or trousers. I haven't crocheted many, but the few times I have, I've seriously struggled in these areas. I'm trying my best to take my time as much as I can, but I think we have the start of the first foot, leg. What do you even call this, guys? Do you call it legs? The foot? It would be the legs because why would it be the foot? Let's just blame that on tiredness, please. I will check back at 6:45 to give me at least an hour to have made a decent progress. If not, it's just gonna be time check. We're still on the same place where we started from. I was just about to get excited because it's now exactly 6:45 and I finished both legs, but am I tripping or does one look longer than the other? 8, 9, 10, yeah, 11. No, it is 11. Maybe one leg just needs to be stretched out a bit more than the other, because let's not even play like that. The body of the short is finally done. I still need to do the top half, but at this point it's actually looking like I might have a short to wear tomorrow. I don't know so much about the top, but we have a short and that's something. I don't know who that girl was thinking she'd be able to make a capri, but listen, progress is happening around here and I'm grateful. I'm gonna switch back to 5.5mm for the waist and I'm going to continue with this yarn on the top as well so I can really snatch her in. If I need to keep decreasing the size of hook that I'm using until I get it right to sit perfectly how I want it around my waist, then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give myself a 15 minutes break, then I'm going to start at 7 and give myself another 2 hours to see how much of the waist I can do. It is now 9 p.m. Will I ever stop being so last minute in this life? I don't know. But we have made some good progress. This is how much I've made in 2 hours, and I said that's actually really good progress. And I gradually decreased to a 4mm, so I'm using a 4mm around the waist. Once I'm happy with how high it is around my waist and how it's sitting, I would move on because I still have to finish the top. I'm gonna start working on the both of them simultaneously so I can see what I need to change and what I need to adjust. I might check in at 10. Time to start decreasing. Doesn't require too much for the decrease, so I think that is perfect. Wow, I actually finished the shorts today. So proud of myself. I'm so happy because if all else, oh my god, I'm so tired, I can't speak. She definitely is gonna be wearing the shorts tomorrow. She is absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to do all the trimming tomorrow. It's almost 9:30 now. I'm even being called downstairs to go eat and stop filming. So this is my last check-in for the day. Tomorrow we shall be all nice and pretty and ready to go out. Whether we wear the top, that's a different conversation. Look what we have on. I am not here to promote any last minute behavior. Honestly, put your life together and give yourself enough time. But as someone who's just come back from the event wearing the set, listen, I even had the time to crochet myself a scarf. I did this on the train. It was about a 3 hour train journey, and I was like, 3 hours? I can make me a scarf, and I did. To match the whole aesthetic. I don't know if you guys can see, my screen is dirty. It's currently 10:30. I just got home from the YouTube event. We got a tag to prove. I absolutely got so many compliments on this outfit. When I literally told everyone I did this in 2 days and I did this on a train, they were just like, you've got to be lying. Pressure makes diamonds, clearly. But the fit, the outfit, the fact that it came together, absolutely loved today's event. It was so good. The live performance was amazing. Decoration was amazing. There was just so much going on. I was just like, yes, 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 yes. I really worked super hard to align the print so that when it continued, it looked like a romper. Everyone thought it was a romper. I had to be like, no, it's a two-piece. And that made me so happy, because even if we were under a time crunch, I still wanted it to give she got her life put together. And today we were out on that field running, the wind's blowing what's left of the hair, the scarf looking cute, and getting complimented in the outfit that took only 2 days to make. I had an amazing time. Oh, and I got gems. So yeah, we didn't make a capri, but we made a cute outfit. But hopefully the next project we're not rushing, because 2 projects of rushing, that's enough. But I hope you guys had fun. Let me know what's your favorite part. If you watch to this point and you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. I'm working super hard here and I don't want you to miss out on all the fun. So hit that subscribe button, like, share, comment. You know the drill. I'm gonna speak to you guys real soon. Mwah. Love you guys. Bye.